What I'm going to do is just take small sections of this tape, the painter's tape, and I'm going to, what I kind of do is, I'll just take a piece and show you kind of what I do. Again, there may be a better way to do this. My way is definitely not written in stone. I just rip off a small section, okay? You probably could do this in longer sections, but I found that I have to use smaller sections. So what I do is I take the tape with the sticky side facing me. This is the sticky side. And then I get the plastic out of the way, okay? Get the plastic out of the way. You don't want it to stick to the tape right now. And then what I do is I kind of sit it down in the groove between the baseboard and the carpet, and I kind of rock it back and forth, kind of a seesaw type action, okay? Basically what I'm trying to do is get the bottom section of this tape as far down in that nap of the carpet as I can, okay? And once I feel like I've gotten both sides pretty equally down, this part is right up against the baseboard, right up against the wood. This part, I'm digging it down into the carpet, so that it creates a barrier between the carpet and that baseboard, okay? Once I get it in there good, remember I'm keeping the plastic out of the way. Once I get it in there good, okay, and I know that both sides are down as far as I can go, I might have to go at it a couple times to get both sides, you know, it might start sticking in places where I don't want it to. I might have to get a new piece of tape and start over. But basically what I'm doing is just trying to wedge this tape in between the baseboard and the carpet as far as I can with the sticky side towards me. So, and then once I get it in there good, the plastic is out of the way, remember. Keep your plastic out of the way. If it sticks to the plastic, then you got to start over. Once I get it down in there where I want it, then I bring my plastic up and meet it. I will take the camera off the tripod and show you once I get a piece or two down, so I can show you how it looks and give you a little bit of a close-up. But right now I don't think I can do that because I think it's just going to be too hard. The camera's pretty close anyway. You're not going to be able to see what I'm doing unless I take it off, and I can't do that. I can't hold the camera while I'm doing this. I'm sorry. So let's see how, let me do the first couple pieces and then I'll show you what it looks like. Get my plastic out of the way. You don't want the plastic anywhere, I mean you want it near, but nowhere near that tape. You don't want it to touch the tape. I'm going to get my, kind of rock my tape back and forth till I get it where I think I'm down in that carpet nap a little bit. Then you have to try to get your fingers unstuck from the tape, okay? And once you're able to do that, and you really need to get it in there. Get it down in there. And I don't think I've got this piece down in there good enough. Go at it a little bit more. Okay, then once you get your tape in there where you want it, then you can bring your plastic up and just put it under the other edge. Yeah, I didn't do so good on that first piece. So sometimes you have to, sometimes you have to start over. Sometimes it's like, okay, that didn't go so well. And that's okay. Again, I'm not a pro here, so I'm far from it. So yeah, I mean, and I'll tell you, the first piece probably isn't gonna go the way you want it. Just go with the second piece and try to do better. The more you do this, the better you'll get at it. Okay, so I'm gonna take another piece of a small section what I've noticed is when this tape is cold, it doesn't peel very well. This house, when no one's home, or no one lives here, it's vacant, so I turn the heat down when I'm not here. And until the heat gets back up to temp, sometimes this tape doesn't want to do what it should. Okay, so here we go again. I'm just gonna kind of, I know you can't see what I'm doing, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna try to get it in there, and then, and again, if somebody else has a better way to do this, please. This is the hardest part of this entire process, right? Because you don't want to get paint on the carpet, but it's so hard. This is a tedious process. It really is. Hi, Sadie. It's really, really tedious. And I find it might be this type of carpet too that makes it more difficult. I don't know. Maybe other types of carpet wouldn't be as difficult. And the dog probably wants to go outside, so you just keep repeating that process to try to get as close as you can, you know. I mean, the goal is to just try to keep your, try your best to keep it off the carpet. That corner looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but all right, so I did a few pieces. I'm gonna do a few more before I show you this because I want to make sure I've got a good run going here. Okay, so I replaced those bulbs, so that, and the light fixture, so that will help a little bit, but really it doesn't give me much light. So I'm just going to continue on here a little bit. You know, this would be so much easier if you were replacing the carpet, because you could just not worry about it, paint the walls, and then get a carpet guy in here. But if you're not, if you need to save your carpet, which I would like to do, then you gotta do what you can to try and keep the paint off of it. So that's what we're gonna try to do here. Taking little sections of tape and then I overlap them, okay? So making sure I get it as close as I can. The corner looks pretty good. Get it as close as you can. And then see how I taped it to the carpet. I leave the, there's a gap. What am I trying to say? I leave, I'm using an iPhone. I hate iPhones, using an iPhone, and if you're holding it like this, sometimes you touch the button, it stops the video. Very annoying. I'm not a fan of iPhone. You probably heard me say that before. Anyway, for that reason. I'm leaving a little gap between, you know, the plastic and the baseboard here, right? So, you know, I'm trying to get my tape up as close as I can here, and then I attach it to the plastic. I hope that helps a little bit. Okay, so just continuing on here with that process across this wall. This part's kind of boring, so I probably will just fast forward. The camera so you don't have to, so you're not bored to death. And yeah, I don't want to bore anyone to death. I don't want to bore you to death. I don't want to be responsible for anyone's death. Sadie is sitting here with me, but she's not always a happy camper when I'm doing this kind of stuff because it's not very exciting. So I'm sorry for that, but I still have to get things done. So I almost need a dog sitter. I almost need a dog sitter to take care of Sadie when I'm doing this kind of stuff because she annoys the crap out of me when I'm not paying attention to her. My attention is doing something else. She throws little doggy temper tantrums. Yeah, those are not fun. Usually it's barking. The barking is excessive during those temper tantrums. And yeah. Okay, so this is a really slow process. Usually before I paint too, I go over the walls with a wet rag, wipe them down because there's dust. I can already see dust that needs to be wiped off. Before I try to apply any kind of paint, you need to get all the dust up because otherwise you're just painting dust and that's not gonna last or stick well. And now we're getting over to the this is where we're gonna make a tent because we have this, I don't know, maybe I should somehow block that or something so it helps. It's annoying when it pushes air into the plastic. You almost need to block the vent. It doesn't fully close, apparently. The furnace works well. I'm not having any problems there. So that's good. It's gonna make my job a little more difficult here because you have to be careful once you get it taped to not have, you don't want that tape getting pulled loose and this plastic being pulled on can pull the tape loose. So you have to be careful. And a vent like this does not help. It would be ideal if you could shut it. Or maybe I just turn off the heat right now because we've already gotten it up to 60 something. It's like 3 degrees outside. I think we finally got above negative. I think we got above 0. So it's really cold here in Nebraska right now. The wind chill is double-digit negative. So you cannot be outside for more than like, I think 7 minutes. If you're outside more than 7 minutes, then that's where the danger point is for you to get frostbite. If you have exposed skin, I don't even know, 7 minutes is not long. I was trying to, I was out shoveling my sidewalk, and I was only out there for, I looked at the clock on the microwave before I went out because I thought, you know what, I can do this pretty quick. I'll do it fast, get back inside. I looked at the clock. I was not even outside 10 minutes. I was not outside 10 minutes. And I had gloves on and I was shoveling. I had a hat on and of course a winter coat and boots. My fingers were so cold and the fronts of my thighs were numb in just, it was less than 10 minutes. I had to come in, like your skin hurts. Why is this not turned off? I turned the heat down. It should be shutting off soon. It's just gonna be annoying until it shuts off. So yeah, that's not helping us very much here. But yeah, it's kind of tricky to keep your plastic just in the right place. You don't want it too close, but yet, I don't know, this just takes a little practice. You can do this. It's not, I'm not gonna say it's a cakewalk, but you can do this. You just need a little practice. Like I said, the prep is the most time consuming. Oh, there it goes, thank God. The heat just turned off. So now we will no longer have a tent that we're working with. Oh, that's gonna make my job so much easier. Okay, yay. We can move a little faster here. Faster than the 7-year itch. Are you bored, Sadie? She's, you can't see her, but she's laying right over there underneath the camera. I did bring her food and water, so she would have, she's not gonna eat her food, because when she's in a different environment, she never eats her food. It's weird, we've gone on vacation before, and we're in a hotel or something. I can't get her to eat her dog food. She just won't. I mean, I don't know what it is. I guess they get stressed. Dogs get stressed when they're out of their normal environment. So maybe that's what's happening to her, and she won't eat her food. So of course I, go through, if we're on vacation or something, I'll go through the drive-thru and get her a hamburger or something, a plain hamburger. So I make sure she eats something. But she won't eat her dog food. She has been in the bathroom I refilled her water bottle. I refilled her her water bowl after I spilled it. So I've heard her in there. She will drink, but she just won't eat her food. I just bring it just in case, So like sometimes I'm here for hours, and I don't know how long I'll be here, and just to make her more comfortable, I'll bring the food in case she wants to eat it, but she never does. So anyway, it's Christmas Eve, and like I said, I know it's kind of weird that I'm here doing this Christmas Eve, but my kids already opened their presents, and we already had our Christmas dinner, our turkey dinner today, and now they are with their dad doing their Christmas. So I don't have them again until Monday. Yeah, I don't get them until Monday. They'll have their Christmas with their dad. He has them this year on Christmas Day. I had him Christmas Eve. He's got him Christmas Day. It rotates every other. If you're divorced, you know how this works, and you have a divorce decree. But we switch holidays every other year, and so this year he has Christmas Day, so there'll be Christmas Day at his house, and then after that, then they will come home with me, and they will be with me for the week. So they're only going to be gone tomorrow, and then I'll have them again on Monday. So, but yeah, we already opened presents. My kids are so hard to buy for. Oh my gosh, I have teenagers, and let me know if you have a teenager and what I don't know. I find that even if I do find something I think that they will like, it ends up being something that they wouldn't have. I always tell them, because I know I'm terrible at picking out gifts, I always tell them that, hey, if you don't want this, if you want to take this back and exchange it, then we can do that. So they know that is always, a standing thing with me. I try, but I always seem to fail. when it comes to picking out the right gift. So I'm just not good at that, and that's okay. You know, everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, and my strength is not picking out the right gift. You don't want to make it super tight, so try to give yourself a little bit of slack, because you're going to be walking on this. And what are you doing? Shh, shh, can you be quiet? Shh. Come watch me. Come watch me do this. Come here. Yeah, come here. Come here. You come in here with me. Okay, yeah. Can you do that? Can you stand here with me? We don't need to bark at everybody. Yeah. I know, you're just talking to everybody in the neighborhood. You want them to know you're here. I get it. Can you be a good girl though? Can you be a good girl? Yeah, you don't need to bark. Stop with the barking, please. Yeah, I'm trying to get this done. I'm trying to get this done. You're driving me crazy. Yeah, you're driving me up the wall. Yeah, well, it's not very far to go, right? But I need your cooperation, please. Can you be a good girl and cooperate? Okay. You be a good girl. Can you sit down? Can you sit? Sit. Sadie, sit. Can you sit? Oh, what a pretty sit. Good sit. That's a good sit. Good girl. You're a pretty girl. She sheds like crazy, but luckily it's short hair, so it's not as bad. But I got a short hair dog because I didn't want to deal with shedding. But they pretty much do it anyway. Any dog is going to shed. So I have leather furniture to prevent the hair problem, but it really ends up being, I don't know, she doesn't like the leather, so I don't have to worry about her getting on the furniture. She doesn't like to sit on the leather, so that works in my favor. What? What are you trying to say? I know, you want attention, but I'm busy. I'm doing this. You gotta let me do it. You need to move. See, I'm trying to do this. You're not very helpful right now. Can you be helpful and just leave? Not bark, but leave me alone. But you want to be able to walk on it without, you know, pulling these edges away. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Sadie, no. She does that all the time. It's very annoying. Okay, I'm going to try to work in this corner over here. So I'm going to change the angle of the camera. No, We're not gonna do that, okay?